Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me at this time. My name is Shavi Zane, and I'm coming on to bring a message for the chosen. If you find that this resonates with you in any way, please be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and let us know how it resonates with your circumstance. So first of all, chosen, I want to talk to you all about a dream that I had last night. In this dream, I was walking down a path with an associate. I don't know this person in a 3D. I did know the energy of the person, but the person's face was very unfamiliar. So I was walking on a sidewalk with this woman, and behind us, there were a lot of men that were also walking a path together. They was walking behind us, going wherever they was going, but apparently we was going in the same direction. And so out of nowhere, I don't know what happened, me and this woman slipped and fell or started sliding down the hill that was on the left side of us. So we started sliding down this hill. And so one of the men came up and he held his hands out and he was like, well, reach for my hands. So I grabbed his hands, but he wouldn't pull me up. He literally just sat there holding my hands while I was using my legs to try to push myself up the hill. So another man stepped in and he was like, you're not even helping her. So he came over, he grabbed my hands and he literally lifted me up like I was a newborn baby. Okay. So I don't know what happened with the friend, y'all, but that's what happened in the dream. Okay. And so I interpret this as your spiritual team is revealing and exposing any and everybody who is an op to you, to the point where it's going to be very, very apparent, especially during your time of hardship and struggle. Now, many of you have already overcome that season and you've, overcome whatever karmic debt you had. You've already been through the storm, but you can even reflect, take a look back at the energies and who was willing to actually pull you up versus who stood there and acted like they was offering some assistance. But in fact, they were actually leaving you to do all of the work yourself, but they wanted to put on a facade as if they were helping. That man who came up and offered his assistance first, it's like, well, why would he even offer if he wasn't going to help? What was the purpose behind that? So I don't know if it was just this thing of trying to prove that, he could be the hero. Meanwhile, I'm sitting up there struggling, pushing to make it happen on my own to save myself from tumbling down this hill. But apparently others could see his agenda. And the ones that did see his agenda, at least one, stepped in and said, no, you're not even helping her. Let me do this. And he didn't hesitate to use everything that he had to take me out of that situation. For him, it was easy. The other guy, it could have been easy. Who knows how much strength he really possessed, but he didn't even try. He didn't even try to pull me up. Okay. So this says a whole lot about relationships, whether it's romantic, whether it's friendships, whether it is business relationships. Okay, you could have had a business partnership with someone who could have helped you to get out of a hole, but they chose not to. Regardless of the case, evaluate and take a really strong look at these situations, because your spiritual team is letting you know that this is the time where things are getting ready to shift drastically. Unexpected turn of events are happening in your life. And you're at that space where evaluating certain relationships is vital, because you don't want to be in a position where you are sharing your inheritance with the wrong people. You want to make sure that you are clear, you're aware of who's around you, why they're around you. Are they really being of any assistance? Are they helping you at all? Are they even trying to help you? Or are they putting on a facade and pretending because it just looks good? That dream was a very, very clear message, but it also spoke to those people who seem to be on the same path, but they're not really on the same path. Okay. They're walking, because it looks a particular way, right? Because we was all walking one particular path. But the question really is, why are they on that path? Because some people will be on a path, the same path as you, just to monitor what you're doing. They'll pretend that they have a vested interest in what you're focused on, but it's all just to monitor what you're doing, who you're around, and where you're headed. Okay. So the ultimate objective for those types of people is to either beat you there, or they want to get there and reap the rewards of what you have by the time you're done, or by the time you hit a certain point in your journey. Okay. So this is why you want to evaluate the true nature of those people who even act like they're on the same path. And your spiritual team is going to show you, because at that point, you'll know, okay, this person is a snake. They just showed their hand. And so now you're going to move very different. You're going to be very strategic in how you move. You're going to be very cautious with what you disclose to those people. And so just pay attention, y'all. Pay attention to those people around you, because some of them, they really, really want to see you fail. They don't want to see you get back up. And those people, like that man who just only sat there holding my hands, he was getting off on seeing me struggle. Like it was actually something that it must have done something for his ego. He was really getting off on watching me struggle. But there's always a ram in the bush somewhere that the Most High Mother and Father and your spiritual team will send in at the right time. Okay? That's going to come in and make sure that your safety, your protection is restored to you. So just take note of those people who don't have the right intentions, but also be sure to take note of those who do, because they're rare and far and few between. Rare and far and few between. People that don't have a motive, but they genuinely want to see you do well. They genuinely want to see you thrive. You definitely want to make sure you don't take those people for granted, because as a chosen seed, it is a very common thing to be surrounded by ops. It's a very common thing to be surrounded by people who naturally just don't want to see you shine that light, because for them it's intimidating. For them, it's a bruise to their ego. So you'll be surrounded by many people who will be jealous and envious of you, and that will create obstacles for you because they just love to watch you struggle. Every once in a while, you'll be blessed with someone who really wants to see you thrive, and they will use all of their strength and might to ensure that that happens. Because that man who lifted me up, he was walking with the other guys, including the one that was sitting there watching me struggle. But at the same time, he wasn't concerned about their opinion of him. He wasn't concerned about, following, being a follower. This was an outright leader. And once he saw that the other dude was just sitting there watching me struggle and put in no effort to help to restore my safety, he stepped in with no problem and made it happen. So that's another message that goes directly, I would say, to the divine feminine as well. Take note of those people who literally sat back. Not only did they watch you struggle, but they also created a lot of the obstacles for you when they could have done more. Take note of that, especially when it comes to your love life. Because these are the things that your spiritual team is showing you at this very vital time in your life to ensure that you don't take the wrong turn and end up sharing or oversharing with the wrong people. Because you may very well do small things for people, small gestures here and there, even though you know that some of these people may not have been the best towards you. But when it comes to giving them a seat at the table, a seat at the royal table, a permanent seat at the royal table, oh no. you want to be very discerning and only welcome those who truly, truly deserve to be in that position. Because otherwise, it's okay to keep that spot empty because your spiritual team is going to ensure that it gets filled if it's supposed to be. Well, that's my message for you all. I hope that it brought you clarity if you was questioning particular people around you or why there's certain changes that's happening in your life that's exposing people. It's because this is the time in the age of Aquarius where everything must be revealed. Any mask must be removed. Any smoke screens must be cleared. That's my message for you all. I love you. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let us know how it resonates with your circumstance, and I'll talk to y'all next time.